Ladies and gentlemen, gods and goddesses, the boys are back talking about Kaos. What's that, you say? It's a new show on Netflix, and we're going to talk all about the first episode. My name is Eric.
And I am Hermes.
And this is First Steps. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to First Eps.
Oh, and this was a good show to get in on.
Dude, I am full of energy for a Wednesday night.
Post 9 o'clock.
Post 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Near bedtime, even.
Yeah.
But I'm just happy to be back here with you.
Yeah, of course. I'm happy
Talking
here
TV shows.
Because people want to know.
They want to know what love is.
Yeah. And they want us to show them.
I have a little too much energy. I gotta bring it down a bit. Yeah. How's it going, dude?
I mean, I was trying to think of another 80s song to go out riff off of that, but I couldn't.
I want you to show me. Listen,
how's it going?
Behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So we haven't done a show in a couple weeks.
Like at least 3.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
I haven't seen you in probably
like
also like 3 weeks. So it's nice. We're like, we're catching up
right
with the audience.
Yeah.
They're catching up with us.
Right.
I'm catching up with you.
This is all real time, people.
Real time. It's happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's new? Anything?
Well, we were on vacation. You went on vacation. We went on separate vacations this time. We did
separate vacations.
Yep. Oh, and yeah, it was very relaxing, very fun. Went to somewhere called Chicago Institution for part of it, and then down to the Jersey Shore for the second part for 2 weeks.
Double part, two-parter.
Two-parter.
I only had a one-parter.
1 week. Yeah. And you were down in the southern tier of New York.
Yep, just chilling on a boat, on a pontoon.
Wow.
But it wasn't entirely on a boat, but we did a lot of chilling on a boat.
Stayed on a pontoon for
just
7 days.
I lived on a pontoon for 7 days. I shit in a lake.
Just ate fish, right?
Yeah.
And did you? Oh, it's fresh water, so you could drink the water.
Exactly. It was a small lake full of my shit. But the fish were delicious.
Right. All right.
Raw. I had it raw. It was like lake sushi. You ever heard of lake sushi?
No.
But let's, it was a great week.
Good.
But now we're back together again.
I know, and so this is a silver lining. Vacation's done, but podcast is back.
Yeah, exactly.
Schools are starting up again now. Yeah.
And like there's some like TV shows coming back.
Yeah.
Which is like another reason why we haven't been doing this. There's been like literally nothing to watch.
Right.
I've been like, should we get together and try to do a podcast for this? And it was like just garbage.
Yeah.
And I say nay.
No. Nay, not no.
No, well, first I said no, and then I said nay, and then
no.
I was like,
wait.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We watched Kaos. No, not what this is right now. That is spelled Chaos. This is a new show on Netflix called Kaos.
And how's this spelled?
Kaos.
Right. Okay.
And why is that? No one knows.
I don't know. Is that a god or something? I have no idea.
I don't know if it's a god thing or what.
I mean, maybe I'm assuming it's something a Greek thing, but maybe it's just for funsies.
Yeah, maybe it's just for funsies. But this is a show
about other Greek things,
gods,
right,
and Greek things like yogurt, dressing. What are some other Greek things you know?
Gods and goddesses.
Yeah. But like real Greek things.
Oh, Yanni live at the Acropolis.
Very Greek. Oh, my best friend's wedding. No, wait, what was that one?
Yeah, my big fat Greek wedding.
That's very Greek.
Yeah. That's a good one.
All right, moving on. I actually I didn't have that written down.
I mean, Greek restaurants are good.
Greek restaurants are great.
Yeah, we like all.
Yeah. Anyways, so we watched this show called Kaos. It's about Greek gods, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna talk about the first episode of this show. Now,
was everybody in the show actually Greece, by the way?
Were they Greek?
Were they Greece?
No.
Were they Greek? Mostly like British.
Goldblum was a little
right?
greasy. But I actually read like a thing on Reddit, like people complaining that like they're not really Greek. Yeah. And I'm like, well, I mean, in today's,
right.
What are we gonna do?
It's all Greek to me.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, for you not familiar with the format of the show, we watched the first episode. We're going to talk about what happened. We're going to, have some little fun after that. We're going to give our little review.
Some spoilers.
There will be spoilers.
So are there spoilers for this anyway? Oh, there are. There's some good ones for this one.
If you want to avoid it, Just skip ahead like 15 minutes, and we'll be moved on.
Well, possibly, or you'll just kind of like
Right in the middle of it, and then this happens, and you're like, "Fuck you!"
Although, if you're up, quite honestly, though, if you're up on some of the mythology, I think the major spoiler
they've been told
literally thousands of years ago. So I think that it should be that big of a spoiler. But anyway, let's continue.
Yeah. So let's do it. So the first episode, it kicks off with a voiceover. We come to find out it's Prometheus doing a voiceover, talking about how he's a prisoner of Zeus, and he knows too much.
Yeah.
So then we go boom to Mount Olympus.
Yeah, gorgeous.
Great soundtrack already. It's like kicking out like the jams.
Yeah, it was a very good soundtrack. Yeah.
And it shows this huge mansion. And then all of a sudden just Jeff Goldblum just strutting into the frame.
That was great. Yeah.
Just dancing. Doing his
Never gonna
Goldblum
give you
thing.
up. I know what the song is.
Yep. And then it says Zeus.
I like that. I like when they do that.
Zeus.
Yeah. Like huge letters, very, very of the moment font. Perfect.
Yes. Beautiful font. What'd you rate the font?
Oh, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Yeah. Would read again.
And then the voiceover is still talking about how there's a plan to bring down Zeus, and that it will come about from 3 humans. And then the first one is on Crete. So then they go and we meet the first human that Prometheus is talking about, Eurydice, aka Riddy.
Right. Because Eurydice is too hard to say. I don't know why.
Yeah, Riddy. But Riddy sounds terrible. I hate
Riddy. I know, right?
Riddy. What about Eurydice? Sounds amazing.
It's a cool name. Or like Yuri, you could have called her. I'm like, there are other things to call her, but Riddy. But I mean, maybe Riddy is a nickname for Eurydice.
Icy.
Yeah.
Dicey.
So there's a lot of good options. Not Riddy.
Riddy. Yeah. No, Riddy, I don't like it.
No.
And I love Eurydice.
Yeah.
I'm going to name my next pet Eurydice, I think.
I think you should.
I got to remember that.
100%.
But she's out shopping, and
she's super vapid, living her best. No, I'm just kidding. That's not her at all.
Something was amiss. She's looking at all the products, and they're all like,
grocery shopping. That's right. She's grocery shopping. First of that, I'm like seeing like high heels. She got the bags on her hands.
I just wrote
shopping montage. Yeah,
I should have clarified.
Right, grocery.
No, she's in the grocery store and she's looking at all these these brands, all these different products, and they're all like God themed, Olympian themed, and then they show a television and they're talking about how it's Olympia Day. So I'm like, so gods are real in this world? Like,
we already knew that because Zeus was introduced to us.
But like, we didn't know that he was Zeus. Like, or
that he was called Zeus.
No. I knew he was Zeus. But we didn't know that the people were aware of this person called Zeus. Because usually they're behind the scenes. Anytime there's something magical or spiritual, it's like happening behind the scenes.
No, this
like
is
the Buffy the Vampire Slayer. No one knows that there's vampires.
It's kind of like a modern day, but it wasn't quite modern day because the cell phone technology was not, and the cars were a little off. But maybe that's to make it seem like an alternative reality.
Exactly.
But it was
so it's like they worship these gods, but that's as much as we know right now.
Yeah, it was like instead of Christianity or Judaism or Islam, it's everybody's still doing this now. Gods, at least here. Yeah, at least here.
And then she runs into a character who I don't know. We don't know much about this character yet, but I'm bringing it up just because this was played by Billie Piper. Do you remember?
Oh my gosh, Rose. Yes, Doctor Who. Immediately, I
could not find her in there. You saw her right away?
I did.
I did not.
I yelled
at her
right
there's
away.
No way Rose can be this hideous.
Oh my gosh, I picked her out 100%. And
because it looked like her.
I don't pick anybody out.
No, you don't. And it looked like her, like her mouth and stuff like that. She's got a very...
You love her mouth.
Yes.
I could tell the mouth.
But I'm like, who is this old lady trying to pretend to be Billie Piper?
Like our last one we reviewed, Cassandra makes another...
What was that in?
She was in the one with Lisa Kudrow. There's a Cassandra in that. It's the same mythological character.
Much prettier than the other one.
Well, can we
get the other Cassandra, please? This one is like a homeless lady.
Yeah.
A bag lady.
Yeah, because nobody respects her, right? They don't believe her, so that they're really that's kind of what I think in our modern society the equivalent would be. They're trying to
gotcha. Yeah. So, anyways, we go back up to Mount Olympus, and we're seeing Zeus dancing around, and he's making it rain, literally, making like the thunder come out.
Now, what do we think about that part? Can we talk about CGI for a moment?
Oh yeah, the CGI, like the clouds.
Yeah.
Worst cloud CGI I've ever seen.
It was literally him just in front of a green
Yeah.
screen. Noel had a really good point, my partner, where he brought up maybe you know how that opening scene for White Lotus, like with the wallpaper, how it like slightly changed.
Yep.
Like if they would have like done something like that, where it would have been maybe like a cloud scene, but having it like morph, like slow, like make it more artistic, it might have been,
that would have been cool.
Not as expensive to do either,
Right.
and then also like artistic. This just looked cheap and strange.
They spent the full budget on Jeff Goldblum. Like 100%. They're like, listen, we have no more money. We got Goldblum. That's all that matters.
I mean, he is great in it. Okay, anyway, go ahead. Yeah.
Then we meet Hera, played by Janet McNear.
Loved her from the first moment I saw her on. I've always had a soft spot for Hera.
Yeah. Okay. She's great. And then Dionysus comes in, or he's at the club. He's dancing, like partying. He's like the god of like fornication. Pleasure
or orgies. Fun.
And then so they're at breakfast, and we get to see a nice little breakfast with the gods, with Zeus and Hera and Dionysus, and little D's trying to find his place in the world.
Because
he thinks his father Zeus hates him. He's unhappy with his life.
Right.
He tries to buy a nice gift for Zeus, a nice gold watch, and Zeus is like, fuck your shitty watch. I got this one from
Hercules.
Yeah, and it's like a lucky charm too. So one other part so now how do you feel about Zeus being able to have the powers to like telekinesis? Because then Dionysus is like talking shit at the breakfast table, and Zeus kind of like makes him slam his head on the table multiple times.
I thought that was great.
It was cool.
That. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what Zeus's power set is.
I mean, I'm not sure that's part of his canon of powers, but
I know we got the rain, the shitty cloud lightning.
Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming that's just part of his, maybe like all like elder gods have a certain like telekinetic property to them. I'm not sure.
Yeah. So anyways, Dionysus is pissed then. He steals the watch, the Hercules watch.
Yep.
We'll see if that plays out somewhere down the line.
I know. I'm nervous.
And then they go to show there's a big statue unveiling for Olympia Day. Turns out someone destroyed it.
Right.
Put shit all over it.
Literal shit.
Yeah, and wrote "fuck the gods."
Yeah.
And Zeus,
who was tuning in by telly,
he's watching it on the TV. Great reception up there on Mount Olympus.
And he was not happy with what he saw.
No, he was furious.
I mean, to be honest, neither were the people. They were also very offended.
So it seems like there's a small percentage of blasphemers that don't believe or don't appreciate what the Greek gods have done for them.
Exactly.
You would be on the opposing side, right? You would be all for the gods.
I don't know about but like I would pick certain ones that'd be more.
I don't know if you could do that. I think you'd be all or nothing.
Oh well, I don't really like Zeus. I want to be all for him.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't go for his temple. I mean, I guess I would show up for the Olympus Day though.
Yeah,
right.
You wouldn't deface a beautiful statue.
No. I just wouldn't give him a lot of reverence.
Gotcha, and that's fair.
Yeah.
Next, we go back, or we meet Eurydice, her husband this time, Orpheus.
Okay. Yeah.
And she's kind of this whole time she's questioning if she still loves Orpheus, if she's falling out of love,
right?
And he very much loves her.
Yeah.
He's like a famous singer.
You reminded me of like Coldplay. Like
I thought the same
Chris,
thing.
Whatever his name is, Martin for a second.
Yeah.
Is this him?
And then so later on, there's like a concert, and we get to hear one of the songs. I'm like, this is like Coldplay meets Imagine Dragons,
right? Okay. So it wasn't just. I was like, am I just typecasting this guy? Kind of reminds me of him. Okay.
Yeah. So we meet him and see their relationship and what it is. Now I only know of like that whole thing from the musical Hades Town. Popular musical Hades Town.
That's in there?
Follows that story.
Oh, is it? Oh. You don't know from the opera.
From the opera. Never will I ever attend an opera. But I'll crush
also the
Broadway music.
Orpheus. Yeah. You can see the opera about that.
So how about this? I'll see the opera, you see the musical. He hates musicals.
He hates
but
opera.
Loves opera. So anyway, so now we we finally get to meet Prometheus. He's chained to the side of a mountain,
super cool,
with a eagle or something eating his stomach.
His liver, technically. I think.
His liver, yeah. And he gets teleported away because Zeus is freaking out. And he doesn't know. He's like, "Why are the people like this? There's this prophecy saying that I'm gonna be killed or like be destroyed or something." So he's freaking out based on this prophecy. Where it came from. Now it turns out like prophecies are a big deal in this thing. Everybody has their own prophecy.
Yep. Except for gods, we learned.
Yeah, but maybe Zeus does.
Yeah. Well, they mentioned something about that Zeus may not have been born a god, which I actually didn't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I'm not sure if that's made up for this or that's like some deep mythological.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
Something.
But based on what, so he said, like, they talking, and he's like, gods can't be destroyed. But Prometheus has said, like, he can be destroyed. So there is some sort of a loophole or something in there.
There's a loophole. Yeah.
But anyways, we go back down to Riddy. Oh, and she's going to Tacita. Now, what do you think of this part? This is like, I could see you get into this church.
Oh, right.
The Tacita is
with Hera's temple, and they go and they speak to like the person with no tongue.
Yeah, and I'm assuming that's who Tacita was or whatever.
Yeah.
And what she does is she hears people's confessions, and then it sends it up to Hera, and it like gives her power.
That's amazing.
And then they show Hera, and she's got like this giant huge wall, like a card catalog.
I wanted it.
And she would open it, and there's a tongue, like speaking.
Yep. And she opened like 8 of them and just sat there and listened to them speaking.
She was just like, ooh,
ooh. She was not doing that.
Ooh, I love these tongues.
She was just sitting there observing or listening. Yeah.
There was no rubbing. A little bit.
There was no rubbing that at least not in the version I watched. I'm not sure if you switched channels momentarily there.
I might have been watching something else. So that woman, then we find out the priestess, the Tacita, is actually Eurydice's mother,
right? Okay.
Who like left her and then created this whole other issue for Eurydice. So she's not a very happy camper right now.
No, and I have to stress though, like we're kind of painting her as being like she's very sympathetic. She is.
She's great.
Yeah, like you don't
she's
feel
a
like
little emo.
Yeah,
great,
but it's not. I don't feel it's It didn't make me feel like she was like, oh, woe is me. It was more like,
woe is me.
She's not happy with the situation. She's looking to change it, and she's trying to figure out what the next steps are.
Yes, exactly. Like anyone would in that situation.
Right. Yeah.
And it's tougher when you're like dating like one of the most famous gods in all of the world.
Right.
Like, how do you handle that situation?
Well, he's not a god.
Well, God-like.
Yeah, I mean, he's very well liked. But he
is a god.
His music can charm the gods.
I think he's a god.
Orpheus?
Yeah.
No, he's not a god.
I think he is. We'll leave that to you, faithful listeners. He's like the son of a god?
No, I think he's just a human. But he can charm them. That's a part of his thing.
We'll look that up afterwards. Okay. Anywho, he's doing his concert, Orpheus. He's at his concert. Coldplay, Imagine Dragons type situation.
Yeah.
And at the time, he's singing his Imagine Dragons song. It's not terrible. Yeah. It's not amazing.
I mean,
fine.
I wouldn't turn the channel.
The people are loving it.
Yeah.
Eurydice is leaving the church.
And who does she see?
Big spoiler.
This is it. This is
Billy Piper. She sees crazy homeless Billy Piper.
Cassandra. Yeah. And she's like, you
gets distracted and gets hit by a truck.
Oh, I know the classic end.
Dead.
Yeah.
Immediately.
And then Cassandra says something like long lines of, "I knew you would leave him today because you're leaving everyone."
Yeah, she sees shit, but she's like, she can't. No one believes her. I just remember that from the last show we watched.
Yeah.
So next up, Orpheus finds out. He goes. He gets drunk. He buys a gun from like a gun truck.
Oh my gosh!
Just randomly.
And this gun, I was feeling major vibes from like Romeo and Juliet, like the '90s one.
It was a fancy gun,
right? It was one of those beautiful ones. Like no Virgin Mary on this one, but it had like all embossed like silver handle.
Yeah.
Holster. I don't know whatever their gun parts are, but it was beautiful.
But yeah, do you think this is a thing that we have to look forward to in the future? These gun trucks. Where like you can just go buy or just walk up to like you're buying a burrito from like a food truck.
I think you can do that now in certain parts.
I think you're right. And so he is gonna end it. And so he goes to the beach, and just as he's about to kill himself, Dionysus is there because he wants to try to help Orpheus get through this.
An actual god wants to help the human, but yes, yeah.
What? So he ends up actually getting shot by some,
Dionysus
does. But turns out he's fine. Gods can't get hurt. But he says he wants to help Orpheus, and he could help him to see Eurydice again.
Without dying.
Spoiler alert. I guess you're not supposed to say it at the end of all the spoilers. I don't think it works that way.
Spoiler alert, closure. We've just given all the spoilers.
Oh, wait, one more.
Oh.
Go fast forward again 30 seconds. And then we see the show ends with Eurydice on the ferry.
Oh,
in
right.
black and white, which is cool.
That was cool.
It left me kind of, wanting even more. That was a great parting shot.
It was cool. Yeah. I thought there was a little too many people on the boat for maybe comfortable.
A lot of people. But I mean, maybe it's the whole city
planet?
of Detroit.
Oh, Detroit. Oh, man. They're just dropping like flies over there.
Yeah, we know how it is.
All right.
So yeah, that was the first episode. Great soundtrack is my biggest takeaway. Goldblum.
Beautiful coloring.
Colored
gorgeous.
Those are the three words.
You need to know. Yeah.
Soundtrack, Goldblum, colors. All right. Before we give our review on the first episode, I want to do a little something here. We've never done it before.
All right. I like that. I like
the new segment called Casting the Gods.
Casting the Gods.
Whoa, that was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, something that happens, there's so many, shows, movies where Greek gods are featured in it.
Okay. Yeah.
First sidetrack. What is your favorite god pantheon?
Oh, god pantheon.
Like Greek, Norse.
Yeah, probably Greek or Roman. I always get the gods actually confused between the two.
You do. Yeah, I don't know. I think I really like. I mean, I'm a big Thor fan,
right?
So that Norse is pretty cool.
Okay. Odin.
He's cool. Yeah. Yep. There's a lot. I mean, I was there's a lot of incest, but that's in all of them. It's very incestuous.
That's like a George R. R. Martin book too. You just comes with the territory
across the board. So yeah, I think probably I don't know. Greek is probably the best. Who's your favorite god out of all the Greek gods?
Oh, Athena. 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, I would probably say Zeus.
Really?
Or Hercules.
Well, he's only half.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a demi.
He's cool.
Yeah, well, because he's strong.
Hades.
Okay. Oh, from Hades Town?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah. What about Vulcan?
Yeah, I don't know anything about Vulcan. He's you
just know from Smite.
He's like a blacksmith or something.
Yeah. That's what he is. Yeah.
All right. Let's get back to this. So you have all these different renditions of different gods in different movies. So in this one, we have Jeff Goldblum playing Zeus. In Clash of the Titans, Liam Neeson played Zeus.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Hercules, the cartoon Rip Torn, played Zeus. Lance Reddick played Zeus in the Percy Jackson television show.
Okay.
And then Sean Bond played him in the Percy Jackson movie.
I don't know many of these people. Only Liam
Sean,
Nielsen.
you know Sean Bean. He's the guy
Sean
from
Bean. Okay.
Game of Thrones.
I know who that is. I don't know Sean Bond.
Lance Reddick is
I don't think the bicyclist.
Yep.
Tour de France.
Yep. Russell Crowe, you know him.
Oh, of course.
He played Zeus in Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh, interesting.
Is a crossover.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay.
So, out of those, who's the best Zeus? Who's your favorite Zeus?
I'm gonna have to defer this to you.
Yeah, I don't know. Goldblum's playing it really good. He might take the lead.
I mean, he's drastically different than I imagined for Zeus, which I kind of like because he's very.
Yeah, he's aloof.
Yeah, likable, but also kind of not at all, and an interesting take on it. Yeah.
But yeah, so I want to know if you could let's create the perfect movie, version of this show, even with actors that we pick. Who would play the best Zeus? Now I'm talking it could be bearded Zeus. It could be you could go away from that and do something like this is doing.
Okay.
So Zeus was the chief deity in the Greek
okay.
pantheon, ruling from Mount Olympus. He's the
Okay.
god of the sky, lightning, thunder, rain, and winds.
Mm.
His symbols were the lightning bolt and the eagle.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he overthrew his father Cronus, and drew with his brothers Poseidon and Hades to become the supreme ruler of
There we
the
go.
gods.
Yep.
He was depicted in artwork as a regal, mature man with a dark beard and sturdy figure.
Bam.
Bam.
Yeah.
So where do we go from there?
Oh man. Yeah. Jeff Goldblum.
You're sticking with that.
No. What about like Daniel Craig?
Daniel Craig, he would be a good one. Bearded or no bearded?
I think beard. I think he need to have a beard.
He's making some strange choices lately with his movie roles.
Yeah.
And I love them. I'm not saying like strange like bad, but like
Yeah.
I really enjoy like since like Knives Out and all those things.
Yeah.
Great.
I mean, I just feel like now that you just say that, I'm just like British. Obviously, all the gods have to be British.
Okay. Oh, they have to be British.
No, they don't have to be, but I feel like they're all for anything that's filmed for like an American audience. We assume that Britishness is like a little aloof, a little bit high, highbrow, and so the gods have to fall into that, right?
Yes, except for in this one, because Jeff Goldblum is just doing like he's like a.
That's true. He's not.
Yeah, it's just a normal.
But yeah, that's a good
normal.
I'm thinking
New York. Australian.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Like it would have. I think you got to have like a chiseled physique.
Yeah.
Nice beard. Maybe a Hugh Jackman.
Okay, I can see that. I wouldn't blink twice.
Mm-hmm. All right. So
I don't know if that means I sent to something.
Next up, we've got Hera, the goddess of marriage, women, family. Played by Janet McTeer in this one.
Yeah.
Previously played by she hasn't been in a lot of things. Erica Sarah in the Percy Jackson movie. Olivia Williams in Jason and the Argonauts. And then the woman that played Pussy Galore in James Bond played her in like
that's amazing.
Jason and the Argonauts in the 60s. So like we don't get a lot of Hera.
I mean, Hera is an interesting goddess because I feel like doesn't really translate well into like modern culture, right? Like she's not exactly a champion for feminism in terms of like empowering because she kind of goes behind the scenes and snivels and argues her way through like to get power.
She's known for being jealous and vengeful, especially toward Zeus's lovers and illegitimate children.
Yeah, so like I feel like she kind of is like the shrew like archetype, as a goddess, and people don't resonate with that. I don't think she's necessarily always like that, but that's how she's often portrayed.
She supported the gods or the Greeks in the Trojan War because she was angry over Paris' decision to award Aphrodite the apple of discord.
There we go. See, petty. That's some petty shit right there.
Petty shit.
Yeah.
So who would play her? Are we thinking like? So which way are we going? We going Scarlett Johansson with this? Or are we going like?
I think she's too. I think someone older than Scarlett Johansson too.
Who's the chick that you love? The blonde from like Tar and like
Kate Blanchett.
Kate Blanchett.
That's a good one. She could play her. In my mind, I was thinking of her as Athena, but we could give her for this one.
Okay.
She's a little. In my mind, I was thinking someone older than her. Also,
even older.
I was thinking more like in their 60s or so.
Okay.
But I'm trying to think who that would be.
How about like?
Or it could be. What about like a Diane Keaton? like super like kind of sassy, like, well, that's what they say about me, so why don't I just do it? Like real sarcastic and just smart.
Yeah, let's put it down. Diane Keaton.
Diane Keaton.
Locked in.
This is canon. It's Diane Keaton.
Locked in. And then so then we've got so if we're talking about the characters from this show, Prometheus, played by Stephen Delane in this. Now, did you know that was Stannis Baratheon from Game of Thrones?
No, but it makes sense now. Okay, I can see it now.
I didn't recognize it at first.
Okay.
And then Eurydice, played by Aurora Perrineau. And then Orpheus, played by Killian Scott, and Dionysus, played by Nathan Rizwan. Now, I didn't recognize any of those actors. Again, Jeff Goldblum, budget.
Right.
Can't get any other big name actors.
Right. Stannis,
so
we would know.
Let's go through down the list. Prometheus. What are we doing here? Like Danny DeVito.
Really?
No.
I mean, Prometheus, I don't know much about Prometheus, but I believe that's who showed humans fire and was like a friend to humanity. And humans loved him so much, I think Zeus had him chained up. I think it's something like that because they were, he was jealous of how much they loved him.
That was
Is
great.
That it?
Yeah, he's said to have created humans from clay and water and given them fire which was usually reserved for the gods.
Okay, that's it.
He taught humans how to use the fire for cooking, warmth, metalworking, and then Zeus punished him for stealing fire by chaining him to a mountain where he was exposed to the elements and had his liver eaten by an eel. He was told to remain there for eternity. And then Hercules eventually, spoiler alert, rescues Prometheus.
Okay, got it. That's probably where I heard of them as part of that legend. Okay, cool. But who would be him? Who? I mean, to me, that is the ultimate Jeff Goldblum character. Would be that. But who else is like lovable what everybody wants? And I also feel like this one could be very easily be a woman too. I don't think it needs to be a man.
Okay, we're doing a little
I think we
gender
could. Not that we have to.
Yeah.
But I don't see why not. Because I think Prometheus is not like, they're not one of the gods that we hear about a lot. Oh my God. Yes. Oh, this is an all-star cast already. Tilda Swinton as Prometheus.
All right, what about Eurydice? Now these ones I think like we could go with like who's the hot piece of ass of the week for this.
Sydney Sweeney?
Sure. And then Orpheus. Again, the male version, hot piece of ass. Who would that be? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know a lot of the young guys.
Yeah, we'll go with probably someone from The Challenge or something.
Challenge? What is
like the MTV show with all the road rules?
What?
People? I don't know.
Is that exactly like the young demographic?
Yeah,
is that the Gen Z demographic?
Let's talk about the new hotness. What's everybody talking? Oh, JD Vance.
I think we got some space for him.
Yeah.
He'd be like the dictator in the game in the show, whoever that guy was. Oh my God.
So yeah,
yeah.
I don't know. We'll pencil that in for down the line.
Put down
write us in. Let us know who the hot boy
guy
is.
Yeah.
And then
now this is a big one.
Dionysus.
Yeah. Who would that be? Who's like a lover? Everybody wants to be with him.
Oh, Timothy Chalamet.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. That's a good one.
Okay.
Because he also has a little bit of an androgyny vibe sometimes, so I feel like that could work well with that. With that god too.
All right, and then we've got Hades.
Not cast. We haven't seen yet.
We did not meet yet.
Okay, yeah.
But they are in the show.
Okay.
They are played by David Thewlis. He was Remus Lupin in the Harry Potter movies.
I know the name. I do not know who that was in that. Maybe when I see him, I will.
Yeah, you'll recognize him. Previously played by James Woods in the Hercules cartoon. Steve Coogan in the Percy Jackson movie.
Okay.
Jay Duplass in the Percy Jackson show.
Okay.
And then Ralph Fiennes in Clash of the Titans.
Interesting.
And then some guy named Greg German in this show Once Upon a Time.
Oh, once. Yeah,
it was about
that's like all the
it was about Disney characters.
Yeah. What?
But they
Hades, right? He was in that. Yeah.
Well, so yeah, they made it's weird because he was in that, but then they also brought in Poseidon, who we'll talk about next, as Ernie Hudson in that, and replaced Ariel's father, King
was Poseidon,
Titus, or whatever.
Was King Neptune.
They made Poseidon in there. They did a little shifting.
Okay.
Anywho,
yeah.
So Hades, someone a little like a little creepy, a little menacing. Who like? Are we going dark for this? Like,
sure. Who's dark?
Like I don't know, like goth,
like Marilyn Manson.
Yeah, he's problematic. I think he got canceled.
Okay,
him in there.
Really, it took like 35 years for that.
Yeah. Or do we want to go like in a different direction? I mean, I feel like we can even do a woman Hades too. If we
just all women.
The world is our oyster. We're just let's gender bend this whole thing.
I like it.
Hera. Is
well, that was Diane Keaton, we decided, but
not anymore.
Oh, we're switching it up.
Well, yeah, because the men play the women,
the
women play the men.
Well, that's perfect. So Donald Trump is obviously Hera, because that works perfectly.
This has gotten out of control.
Well, I mean, everything that we complain about that we just said, it's just reverse that, and you're like, wow,
just
that
a
actually
whiny
fits.
little narcissistic bitch.
Yeah. So okay, but we got that one done.
So Hades. Okay, are we going to do this? Are we really?
No.
All right,
but yeah,
let's just go through Hades.
If it feels organic, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Hades, we could go like Wednesday Addams. What's that chick's name?
Well, she actually you could do Wednesday. Hades. She could be good for Persephone too.
Oh yeah, she would be a great.
That would be a good one for What is it? Demeter's daughter? I think it's Demeter.
All right.
Series. I would get them confused.
Who knows?
Yeah.
So yeah, this could we got a lot of choices. I mean,
Yeah.
Kelsey Grammer.
Yeah, I think Camille Grammer would say that he's how I say it. He's
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't think I want to see him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want Kelsey Grammer. I'm gonna veto him. We're gonna
All right.
pass on Kelsey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Passing on Kelsey.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'd rather do Danny DeVito for that.
Okay, Danny DeVito as Hades would
He'd be a good Hades.
really good.
Right? Yeah. Okay.
I think that I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do Poseidon in the
sexy
in
volatile.
the show again. We haven't met him yet, but he's played by Cliff Curtis. He was in The Meg. I wouldn't have expected you to see either of those movies.
That's the giant mouth like shark thing, right?
Yeah. Previously played by Kevin McKidd in the Percy Jackson movie, Toby Stevens in the Percy Jackson show, and Ernie Hudson on Once. So now Poseidon.
Yeah.
Water. Someone who's wet. Wet.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, we're not going to go with like Aquaman or Chase Crawford, right? Because we play like similar characters.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
What about?
Let's see.
Someone that's like sweaty.
Sweaty. Yeah. Who's like
wet.
Sweaty, but likes water sports.
Sweaty, but likes water sports.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Or we could go.
Yeah.
Poseidon, strong, handsome, probably.
Mm-hmm.
What about
swims with sharks?
Swims with sharks.
Yep.
We could go with.
Here we go.
I don't know. I got nothing. Poseidon.
This is harder than we thought, huh?
It is harder than I thought.
Yeah.
We should have planned ahead.
Yeah.
Poseidon.
Yeah.
What's the first thing that comes to your mind? Water.
I mean, I just keep thinking of Jason Momoa now. But
I know, that's what I was doing too. It was immediately like.
But he's been typecast now as a water god.
A water god. Yeah.
But let's put him down for now. Let's see if he's accepting calls.
We'll put down Momoa for now.
Yeah. I mean, he'd be a good one.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it, right? He's got the physique. He's got the god look. Like.
Yeah. What about?
I mean, we could go for like The Rock.
Oh, The Rock would be a good Poseidon.
Like I'm thinking like anybody who's big like that would be a good one too.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we need like in my mind. Yeah, Poseidon's always like
The Rock is very sweaty a lot of times. I see him.
Okay. Yeah. So maybe.
Okay. And then also we haven't met her yet. Medusa. Will appear, played by Debbie Mazar.
One. I think I know exactly. This just came to my mind, and I'm just going to tell you, just for some reason, it just popped in my mind. Helena Bonham Carter.
I knew you were going to say that.
No, you did.
It's the hair. I was going to say the same thing. Helena Bonham Carter, or like...
I didn't know Medusa was going to be in this, but that's hilarious.
Yeah. So like Uma Thurman has played her in the Percy Jackson movie, and Jessica Parker Kennedy in the show. But yeah, I was thinking HBC or like Zoe Kravitz, because she's got that beautiful big like curly hair too.
I can see like making it like a sexy version of her.
Yeah.
That would be a kind of fun, like subvert it a little bit.
But I immediately thought of, I'm like, because who has the big hair?
Yeah.
It's her.
You need people with big hair for that role, right?
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Because, we then would have put little snake heads in the hair.
Yeah. Oh, God. It's going to be great. Whoever it is going to be amazing.
So that's pretty much it from the Kaos show. What about, like anybody else? You want Hermes? Someone
that's
like a little sexy, like a little twinkie guy,
a sexy twink kid. Yeah. Like, what would that be? Like who's some 22-year-old that would be just ready to roll?
Oh yeah,
we don't know
Chalamet.
Yeah.
Double roll.
That's the thing. We don't know enough about that demographic right now. So
yeah, we're not out there. Probably anybody from that Euphoria show or whatever. Get all those kids in here.
Oh yeah, and they're all. I don't know if that's filming right now again. So yeah, they're dying for some more roles. Yeah. That's perfect.
Maybe The Weeknd. We'll bring The Weeknd in from his failed HBO show.
Yeah. We can bring in The Weeknd. He's a little older than that though, so he'll be for something else.
Oh yeah, okay.
He could be Dionysus. He might be a really good Dionysus, actually. Who do we pick for that one?
Chalamet.
Okay, well, wait, maybe we'll switch
Chalamet
that up.
As Hermes.
Yeah.
Okay. What about like Aphrodite?
Ooh.
ScarJo.
Scarlett Johansson. I'm fine with that too. That's going to be a hot take from some people I know, but I'm fine with it. I think it's fantastic.
All right. Apollo.
Oh, that's a good one. Me.
Quentin. Keith as Apollo. Keith as Apollo.
Yeah. I'm gonna play that one.
I think that's perfect. Artemis, the Mistress of Animals.
That's a good one too.
Let's go.
Who would do that one? Oh, Gina Davis.
I think she retired from acting.
Well, she's an archer. That's
Oh,
right.
she is. Yes. All right, we're putting her in. We're gonna bring her back. Gina Davis, you're coming back as Artemis. You need to look much younger. Demeter.
Oh, Demeter's in this?
No.
Oh.
But I'm just naming gods now.
Oh, God. Okay.
Agriculture, vegetation,
Yeah.
crops.
I wasn't sure that's what it was Demeter series, yeah.
I'm going to bring Childish Gambino into this at some point. Where can
And
we
you
put him?
Childish Gambino to take, is that what you're doing?
It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be that one, but I just
Okay.
want to reserve a role for him.
All right.
Donald Glover. He's great and everything. I want him to
think that's
realize his role as a Greek god.
What about you said who would be going for him?
Ares? No. We need like a
I think that needs to be a big,
action
big
guy
too. Yeah.
like
And
a Hemsworth.
If it's not Momoa or The Rock, you can just flip those two for the other one.
Sure.
He needs to be more of the he could be Apollo too. If I chose not to do it, he would be a good Apollo.
All right.
Because I feel like that's the kind of body, right? He's got that taut body.
Yeah.
Like definitely a godlike body, but more of like that skinny, muscular.
Exactly. Lean.
Lean muscle.
A nice lean muscle.
Yeah. That's more like the Apollo type.
Yeah.
Up there radiant like the sun. Yeah, I see that.
And what about Athena? Who do we say for her?
I want Kate Blanchett for her.
Kate Blanchett.
That would have been my ideal.
All right, we'll put her in there.
Yes.
All right, we did it. We cast the gods.
Wait a minute, there's more.
Who?
What about who else is there?
I don't know. We did all the best ones.
Okay.
There's 3,000 of them.
What about like
we gotta be here all night. Who? Harris?
Eris.
Mm-hmm. Kamala Harris.
Guys of strife.
Yeah, we're making this. We're making this political. She's got to be in there.
Maybe
Trump and Vance are in it. We got to make room for.
No, Vance is not in it. We took him out.
Oh,
Trump was just a fantasy wish to like make him annoying.
Gotcha.
Or make him more annoying. Yeah. Anyway, they're out.
All right, we're moving on.
They're all busy for this up.
Izzy Phillips. Bring her in here as Artemis. Gina Davis is out. Busy Phillips is in.
Yes. Oh, Busy would love that. She'd be great with that bow too.
Mm-hmm. Love it.
Man.
All right. That's it for casting the gods. Let us know who you would
Wouldn't
cast
it be fun
as
to be
the
a
gods.
casting agent? That's gonna be one of the best jobs.
I know. But then I think you would probably just like be so frustrated all the time because, like, it's all about the backroom deals. I think.
Yeah.
You know, who knows who? Nepo babies.
Right.
It's all about the Nepo babies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. What do you think of this show? I want to know what your
We've been waiting
review
for
is.
it. I mean, I'm gonna say. Oh wait, no, we're not reading. I liked it. I enjoyed the show.
Okay.
I did not know anything about it. I didn't know what to expect. I found it went very quickly. I enjoyed quite a bit of it. I'm looking forward to seeing more characters kind of coming in because there's such a huge variety. And it looks like, did you look up who's in this season? Like the gods and monsters, goddesses we know of or not?
Yeah, most of that list, the first half of that list was people that were in the show, coming up in the show.
So like Medusa. So if Medusa's in it, then she was turned by Athena. So I'm assuming at some point in time Athena's going to be in it too.
Who knows?
But
we'll see.
Interesting.
So question, when I told you to go watch this show on Netflix, you had no idea what it was about?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No.
Were you surprised? Excited?
Yeah. Because my partner had mentioned that he wanted to see the show that had come out with Jeff Goldblum as Zeus. I'm like, that's not interesting. And then I mentioned this. I'm like, oh, he wants to watch something called like, what was it called? Chaos?
Chaos, yeah.
And he's like, oh, that's the show I was telling him. I'm like, I'm like, awesome. I'm like, well, that's our assignment.
Perfect. All right. So first episode, what's your review out of 10?
I'm going to give it
your rating.
7.
7 out of 10.
Very solid.
That is also my score.
Nice.
7 out of 10. I really enjoyed, like I said, I like the soundtrack. Jeff Goldblum was great in it. I'm excited to see where they go with this whole world.
Yeah.
With the gods being real, and then the blasphemers seem to be there to do something.
Something's happening. Change the
Zeus is getting pissed. There's so many storylines that are going on. Zeus is getting taken down. You got the whole Orpheus, Eurydice thing, with Dionysus, and then it's going in so many different directions, and I'm excited to see more of what they do. I want to see some more powers.
Yep. I mean, they're setting up from Hera's point of view. They're setting up as being this kind of like listening into things, and she's obviously what she's going to do is use what she hears against everybody else to try to turn them against each other. Yeah. And you see it all coming together. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, so I'm excited to watch more. There's 8 episodes. They're all available right now on Netflix. So go
Mm.
binge, baby.
I did hear that when I was just looking it up a little bit that people are, I guess it's obviously a cliffhanger at the end or something very.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then people are hoping that
worried
Netflix
that
won't do what they typically
classic
do.
Netflix.
Yeah, cancel it.
Cancel it. Oh,
So we'll see what
interesting.
happens. Yeah. So that's a little. Again, just a teaser. No, I don't know anything about what's happening, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch another episode of it. They're close to an hour long. So
but it went.
it went fast.
I went faster. I would say it felt like maybe, I would say 35, 40 minutes at the most.
Yeah, it was like, I mean, it was 50 minutes. It felt like at least 48, 49 minutes at the most.
It was a pleasant watch.
Yeah. All right. Go watch Chaos. Let us know what you thought of the show. And let us know if you watch all 8, let us know how the whole thing is.
I mean, I know you're going to watch it all as soon as possible.
And I know you're not. Because that's our thing.
That's what we do.
That's what we do. All right. That's it from us here in First Apps headquarters. We're out of here. Maybe we'll be back sooner than last time. We have no vacations coming up. Now, really, it just depends on what shows are coming out. So we'll take a look, see what's coming out. In the meantime, go over to YouTube, follow us at Pop Culture Playground, hit subscribe. That way you'll get the video. Or if you don't want to see our charming faces, which why would you?
I know. I put on some extra facial lotion today.
I'm wearing so much blush. Is that still in?
I don't know.
Anyways. But yeah, if you don't want to see that, you can just anywhere podcasts are found, just type in First Apps. The show will come up, hit subscribe, and you'll have access to all 3,000 episodes. There's not really that many, but sometimes it feels like that. But they're all good. And let us know. Over on the socials, hit us up. Let us know that you did that. And that's all I got. You got anything else?
Absolutely not.
All right, we're hitting the road. Thanks so much. Bye.